They don't have any faith in Gavin Newsom.
Oh, yeah.
Which is kind of funny because he wants to be president so bad.
That's true what it looks
But
like.
you can't ruin a city and then go on to ruin a state and say, guys, that was just practice.
I know.
Once I get it as a president, I'm going to fix it.
Well, you can't, it's not his words when he speaks.
Yeah.
You have to watch him closely. And some genius decided not to film him any lower than the shoulder.
Yes, did you? Yes.
So what did he do?
You couldn't see the hands.
No, but he sent Morris.
It looks like Joe Rogan and Tyrus have finally run out of patience with Gavin Newsom's perfect hair, smooth talk, and camera-ready politics. And now, they're saying the quiet part out loud. What they're hinting at is wild enough to make California's wildfires feel mild by comparison. The real question is, what exactly did they stumble onto? And why does half of Hollywood suddenly look uneasy while the rest pretends nothing's going on? Buckle up, because this conversation takes a hard turn into the weird, the funny, and the uncomfortably real.
You have the highest unemployment.
Yeah.
You have the highest homelessness.
Look what they did with Hollywood.
Money's missing. You killed Hollywood.
I know.
Hollywood doesn't exist anymore. It's literally gone.
That was such
you
an easy one.
mandated vaccines for kids that didn't need them. You guys,
I saw.
Yeah.
What it looked to me like he was negotiating with a deaf prostitute.
If you're enjoying this breakdown, hit subscribe. It helps more than you think. Joe Rogan and Tyrus going after Gavin Newsom was not on anyone's 2025 bingo card. Yet here we are, watching California's most camera-friendly politician get roasted like a blistering LA afternoon. You can almost hear the collective gasp from Malibu to San Francisco as the truth bombs start landing. Because when Rogan and Tyrus get rolling, somewhere a PR team is already squeezing stress balls.
I mean, it's so crazy, but he's such a great politician. I mean,
No,
he's
he's
so
not.
smooth.
He's
Oh, you
not,
don't think
though.
so?
No, I think he's terrible.
How's
It's
he
just
remained in
'cause
power
he
for
has
so long?
Low competition. There's no one who's
there's
good
that.
is competing against him.
I
There's
guess
no
I
sincerity.
should say he's not a good. I should say he's smooth. He comes.
I
across
mean,
as
he's a
smooth.
good bullshit artist.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But it's like the things that he says when he gets confronted with we're the highest this and the highest that. Like
It started out harmless enough. A relaxed chat, a few laughs, nothing serious. Then out of nowhere, Gavin Newsom's name dropped into the conversation like a vegan burger at a Texas barbecue. Instantly, the mood shifted. Joe Rogan began connecting dots, and suddenly, no one was off limits. And Tyrus? He doesn't connect dots, he swings hammers.
Watch it. Look at the blinking. Blink. Look. Meet me at the house. Like he's blinking. He's sending. I'm getting there. Hey, just so you know, I'm not wearing pants.
Ew.
And then look, he's blinking, and then eventually the camera guy realizing that he's signaling him, so he gets appalled, leans back, camera comes down, and then we're back to this. I'll do this for you. You do this for me a little. So he's saying whatever he's going to say. There it is. See, they couldn't hold him back. He's like, I'm not on film. Oh, I'm not. Nope. Bring my hands up. Bring him up. Bring him up. Bring him up. Bring him up.
Tyrus practically flipped the whiteboard and dared anyone to push back. Gavin Newsom has been California's political golden boy for so long, you'd think he was grown in a Napa Valley vineyard next to premium Pinot Noir. Perfect teeth, TV-ready hair, and speeches polished to TED Talk perfection. The image is spotless, almost too spotless.
Newsom told the Los Angeles Times Panera would not be exempt from the law. The spokesperson also did not acclaim the Bloomberg piece, which cited sources close to the matter that Newsom pushed for an exemption that applies to businesses that bake bread and sell it as a standalone item, calling the report absurd. So is it a fake story?
Or is it something that they
might have corrected
hustled
course
on and corrected
quickly.
course quickly? Yeah.
Yeah. Roll up to the top. So where's the initial report? Let's find the initial report.
But somewhere along the way, the California dream Newsom sold started looking less like paradise and more like a dystopian streaming series, where rent costs a kidney and every street corner feels experimental. When Rogan and Tyrus pulled back the curtain, it stopped being comedy and became an image demolition. Rogan brought logic and sharp questions. Tyrus crossed his arms, gave that look, and turned Newsom's entire political brand into stand-up material. Two guys talking, laughing, shaking their heads, slowly realizing the shine doesn't match the structure. Meanwhile, Newsom keeps smiling like a toothpaste ad, insisting everything's fine. It's almost impressive, like rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic and calling it innovation.
You can watch the tape.
Yes!
He literally goes, I want some of this, then you do some of this, and I'll do some of that back to you, and then we'll do this, and then I'll pay you, and then we'll do it again.
True.
And then she kept saying, no. Okay, how about this? You do this one first, then we do this one, then we give a little back and forth.
Tyrus pointed out that California's biggest export isn't tech or entertainment anymore, it's people. Residents are leaving like contestants, exiting a reality show where the final challenge is surviving the utility bill, and somehow every exit gets spun as growth. Rogan pushed further, asking questions that sound simple until politicians realize there's no safe answer. How does a state overflowing with money still have roads full of craters? Why do green policies keep lining up with smokier skies? Then came the question no major outlet wants to ask. Does anyone outside California actually want these problems copied nationwide? The revelation wasn't scandal, it was perception.
Why would Bloomberg spread bullshit? Bloomberg is a financial paper, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's not something
I don't think it would be.
you really can't do that if you're running a financial paper. It's not like the New York Times. The New York Times can say Israel bombed the hospital and 500 people are killed and put it on the front page, even if it's not true. And everybody just assumes it's true because it's the New York Times. But they can kind of get away with that.
Yeah.
And then they...
Rogan suggested that Gavin Newsom has built an image so untouchable that no matter what collapses behind him, he just smiles, rolls up his sleeves, and blames the climate. It's politics powered by charm. And to be fair, he has it. He could probably convince a room that paying $12 for a green smoothie is patriotic. Rogan hinted that Newsom's real skill is making disorder look like progress. Tyrus called it exactly what it is: political theater. California isn't just a state, it's a stage. And every time Newsom gets challenged, he doubles down with that confident smirk that says, "You'll still believe me." Shockingly, many do.
California, like budget cuts and stuff, since they didn't have a hearing impaired transitioner anymore, I'm not paying money for that, I'll do it myself. So, you know. A little bit of bubble. Yeah. No. Nice. Could you imagine if you were the signed person for the TV going...
No, he reminds me there of, remember the guy who did the sign language at Mendez?
How do you smile through disaster? How do you turn crisis into applause? If blame shifting were an Olympic sport, Newsom would have a trophy case full of gold. Tyrus pointed out how clean Newsom's rise has been for someone leading a state that often looks mid-apocalypse. Fires, floods, outages, billion-dollar failures. Yet somehow, he walks away untouched. Rogan laughed at how absurd it feels. Staying spotless in that much chaos doesn't seem real. The conversation drifted into media favoritism, celebrity worship, and the cult-like glow surrounding Newsom. He barely needs campaign staff. Magazines do the work, add cinematic lighting and coastline shots, and suddenly, everyone forgets gas prices.
Success that they're hanging their hat on is his social media campaign where he talks like Trump.
It's no longer the rule of law. It's increasingly the rule of done.
So he's got a bunch of people from his organization that tweet for him, and they tweet like Trump, and they're saying this has elevated him in the public's eye. That's terrifying.
You've seen it across the board. People are scared to death of this guy.
He's starting to learn the internet sensibility.
It's the appalling silence. It's the complicity. You're seeing the most successful, wealthiest people scared to death of this guy.
Which is heavily trolling, does very well. What he has is...
Maybe California was just the rehearsal. As Rogan and Tyrus implied, if this is the preview, America should read the reviews carefully. Because the Newsom brand runs on optics, not outcomes. It's not about results. It's about vibes. Stylish chaos. Newsom could declare an emergency over lighting issues, and someone would applaud the progress. Meanwhile, residents brace for the next disaster. Rogan wondered aloud whether image has fully replaced competence. Love him or hate him, Newsom is the ultimate filtered politician. Tyrus added that his real power comes from making acknowledgement feel like action. The roast slowly turned into revelation, and it got uncomfortably accurate.
Ministers match the words coming out of his mouth.
Right. Yes,
if the president was like, we want peace in the Middle East, you know what I'm saying? You would be like,
right,
and like,
That's it. That it is. It's the contrast.
yeah, like Gavin, his hands are aggressive. You know,
Yeah.
we've had a lot of theories. One, it was a bad negotiation with a deaf hooker. You know, now he doesn't want to pay for, you know.
Do you have a problem with deaf hookers?
He does, because the deal went south.
Rogan and Tyrus didn't set out to take Newsom down. They simply showed how fragile the illusion becomes when it meets common sense. By the end, layer after layer of the persona was peeled away, leaving the irony exposed. A man selling perfection while chaos spreads behind him, smiling like it's all part of the script. The takeaway wasn't just about Newsom, it was about modern politics itself. Filters, slogans, and media obsession. Behind every flawless image is a mess too big for the frame. And when voices like Rogan and Tyrus keep asking real questions, that glossy surface starts to crack.
Talks about California. It's like, you know, I'm very big on California, very bullish on California. California has all this industry. Hey, fucko, they're all thinking about moving. The only reason why they don't move is because it's too difficult to move. If it was like every business could instantly pull up roots and replace everything and have everything running in a week at the other place.
Then they turn to Hollywood, the ecosystem that props the whole image up. Celebrities preaching sustainability while flying private jets. Rogan laughed. Tyrus rolled his eyes. Because California's biggest problem might not be inflation or homelessness. It might be delusion in designer clothes. They compared Newsom's speeches to award show monologues. Dramatic, emotional, and hollow. Every promise sounds like a movie trailer. Coming soon, still unreleased. Rogan pointed out the irony of a progressive paradise creating policies people keep fleeing. Tyrus joked that living in California is like dating someone who promises change while your wallet keeps vanishing.
You can fix California while you stop by. 2 shows, you should be able to do that.
Hey, you know what? Real funny. So the other night, I got like 3 weeks ago, time flies when you work. I get a text at 2 o'clock in the morning from the president who says, hey, bro, I just filled California up with water. Governor's pissed and sent pictures, LOL post. Who doesn't love this president?
Rogan wrapped it up perfectly. The scariest part isn't Newsom, he said. It's how many people see the chaos and still want more of it. The room went quiet. Then Tyrus fired one last shot, joking that Newsom could host a bonfire to stop wildfires and call it innovation. And that was the truth they uncovered. This isn't about one politician. It's about a system that rewards performance over results. California keeps burning, but the spotlight never shuts off. Rogan and Tyrus didn't just roast Gavin Newsom, they exposed politics as performance art. And once the curtain lifts, the internet laughs, rewinds, and turns it into memes.